All right, so this is the LR Baggs AEG-1, it looks like. So this is the first I have ever seen of anything like this in my life. It's pretty crazy looking. It feels comfortable to play though. So this one has the hi-fi duet system in it, of course with a preamp electronics up here. It's pretty cool. I've got the mic blended to about 75% right now, with the tone knob all the way up and the volume all the way up, of course. And I was kind of finding that the 75 to 80% mark of this mic was where I was finding the most desirable tone I was looking for with playing. Like that's 75%. And this is 100%. I kind of like that 75% mark for this mic, at least with what I was just playing in my style.
This looks interesting. Very interesting. All right, let's see what we got. So some sizzle here.
So the tone of this guy, especially through an amp, sounds awesome. The hi-fi duet system is really cool. This is my first chance playing with it. Although I remember at talking to the guys at LR Baggs back at NAMM a little bit about them working on it and kind of developing it over the course of 2024 here and before. I think it's great. I mean, I love a transducer kind of based microphone style blend. I think that gives a lot of natural acoustic sounds. And then having the choice to blend as much of that microphone in there as you'd like, I think is a very desirable asset to a pickup. I'm a big fan of this system right now and just the way it sounds. I like the blendability here, I imagine that the system will work really well as well on just installing it into other guitars. But obviously, this guitar was set up and created with this pickup system in mind. So I think there is something a little special about that, and you can definitely feel it with the way the guitar plays and reacts, and everything in between with this guitar. I think that this would be a plugged-in acoustic musician's kind of home. This is a good spot for someone who's looking for reliability with a pickup and also playability with a guitar. I think they really did a good job.
I get what they're going for here. A absolute, minimal, if no feedback option with as much acoustic tone as possible. And it seems like it's actually pretty good at it.
This guitar sounds like a very well balanced plugged-in guitar, something you would want to sit right there in that mix. If you got a loud stage volume band, this would, I think, plug right in. You would have very little hassle with getting it dialed in, maybe just a little bit on that D string there. But all acoustics really can ring in that setting there, so I would just notch that out a little bit, but I think it sounds great plugged in. The hi-fi really does a great job of getting that natural tone without being too quacky as some piezo pickups can be.
Acoustic properties, it sounds great going through the amp. I mean, you can definitely hear some of the mic going through it. Sounds like a nice higher-end acoustic guitar.
It's boggling my mind in this acoustic and electric thing that's happening. There's acoustic nuances from it, but then there's these electric things happening. I mean, it's got both worlds kind of happening at once, which is unique.
Is there anything I would change? Well, as far as the aesthetic goes, I think everything looks pretty cool. It's definitely more akin to an electric acoustic type of feeling guitar, obviously, which is what it is, than an actual true acoustic guitar. So if someone is wanting the feel, like the true feel of an acoustic guitar, this may not be exactly right for that. It's kind of an in-between, right? It's a hybrid. Not much I would change because the aesthetic is something proprietary that they're going for. The headstock looks cool. I kind of like the LR Baggs symbol up here on the headstock. Tuners seem to function and work really well. The pickup system is great.
I'm not sure I dig the design. And I know that's a iffy thing. But I'm not quite getting guitar vibes. I got this like weird, I'm a half electric guitar that's trying to pretend to be an acoustic guitar. I mean, I get the body. I just don't, for me, the colors and things are not working. I think it should be more of a sunburst, maybe. I don't know. Covering, it's just a lot of different wood flavors here.
I've probably lowered the action just a hair, but that's just my personal opinion because that's very subjective. But especially doing that solo stuff, this particular one is just a little high, but that would be what I'd change. I'd probably color the sides on it something different to kind of maybe match the back because they do that inset, but I would probably, at least paint those to be the same color. But other than that, it's a really solid build.
Yeah, I would, if it was me, I would like just a little bit wider of a body. It feels more comfortable for me. Me playing a dreadnought, I'm used to a larger body guitar. And so it often feels a little strange to have something that's either skinnier or smaller body.
Yeah, I mean, it's different, and so it's hard. I don't want to jump in and be like, well, this is different, so I don't like it. I mean, it takes a second to kind of take in uh, the poplar and the yeah. It's really cool looking. So aesthetically, I mean, I don't know what I would go for right off the bat. This is unique. I mean, I don't. That's just again, I'm just not used to this. So I don't know if I would really change anything off the cuff. It's just interesting trying to get used to it. It's totally different.
Yeah, so it kind of plays a lot like almost like an electric guitar in the way that it feels, and and kind of feels up against my body and the neck itself. I would say the neck is more akin to an acoustic feeling neck, but it's still relatively default thickness. Sounds great through an amp, especially at least for me, where I've kind of got things set here.
Kind of reminds me, the neck reminds me a lot, and maybe it's just I'm being thrown off by the peg head. It reminds me of a Takamine feeling neck, which I know there's some people that love. It's very rounded yet flat in the back, so it feels, I don't know if it feels like a higher end acoustic neck, but it kind of feels like that, in between acoustic electric neck.
The feel is very electric guitar style, the neck shape especially. Like I said, the action's a little high, but definitely feels like an electric, almost like a Les Paul neck to me. And if sort of the neck shape, the action's good right out the bat. It's just I would personally lower it just a hair, but definitely has that feel of an electric guitar.
Yeah, the neck shape feels great to me. It's kind of a traditional shape. It's almost C-shaped. It's a little flat on the back, but it's comfortable. The action is set up really nice. Everything's low and comfortable to play, easy. The controls are very simple and user-friendly, very understandable, and it's a good control system.
That's kind of where I really do feel like I'm playing an electric more. It's just got that nice kind of slim electric feel. The strings give it that acoustic kind of tension, but otherwise the action and the playability does feel like an electric to me.
Yeah, so I would use this guitar as a guitar that someone is looking to really hone in their acoustic electric sound with. If someone is playing in, churches or bigger stages and stuff like that, I think that this would be a really good opportunity for someone to have a mix of playability with tone and customization of tone with the blending of the mic here. Yeah, so if someone is looking for playability mixed with tone and that application, I think this is a really cool option. Because it sounds really good through this amp that we have over here that's being mic'd. Get some really good tones.
Here's what I think it needs to be. This is a person that's wanting the most acoustic tone you can get with the absolute least amount of feedback. If you're a loud stage volume, it's there. What's cool about it, this is what I really do like. There's percussive stuff in here between the mic and them using the transducers on the top. Seems to be an X-brace top with this opening kind of closed off, so there is some acoustic properties going on here. So there is some natural things that are happening here. And if I was playing like major concert venues, those kind of places where feedback is a major issue, with a big dreadnought or a jumbo or something like that, I think this is going to eliminate that, and yet it does genuinely sound probably the most acoustic of all pickup guitar sounds that I've heard recently.
Just messing around with it, you can get a lot of those percussive things right there. So I think definitely one of those guys that can do that crazy finger style stuff with the tapping and the percussion. This would be your guitar right there. Secondary, I would see it as like a worship leader or a front man. If you're just needing a great plugged-in rhythm without had the hassle of feedback or a lot of feedback, is definitely this is a great guitar for that. Just kind of sitting well in that mix, just is going to be a great option for that.
I think that this is gonna be great for people that are performing live a lot that are using a plugged-in acoustic guitar. People that are playing in church, this would work great for them. If you're playing a lot, if you're touring and you're playing a lot of shows live and you're plugging in your acoustic and you're not really getting a good enough acoustic sound out of it, this is a great way to go.
Man, I bet you could do some really cool acoustic jazz and the tappy tap stuff that people do, you know, doing that kind of stuff where they really bring out different nuances out of the mic capability, the transducers, everything they've got in this in the new Hi-Fi Duet. So I could see this is a performing guitar all day long. I don't see myself pulling this out to go out and sing love songs for my girlfriend or anything. This is definitely, I'm on stage. I'm going to do some new kind of cool stuff, progressive with it. And actually, it would be a lot of fun to go out and do that. I would love to take this out and see what a little acoustic trio or something could do with this and do percussively.
So does this guitar work for me? I would say most likely not. It is not the type of guitar that I would typically play. However, I can see its application and its value for customers who are looking for a slim body electric acoustic type of feel with great customization for playing out and getting good tones out of your guitar. But for me, this is not the type of body style, neck feel, or overall aesthetic I would probably choose in a guitar, if I'm being 100% honest. But I see its application, and I know that there are people out there who are looking for this style of guitar.
If I were out touring, playing major venues, I would absolutely put this on my list. I'd probably choose a different color, but that's me. That said, I get what they're going for, and I think this does actually serve a need that is not out there as of right now.
This guitar definitely works for me because I front a country band that is very loud on stage, and always feedback is a hassle, but I think this would knock out most, if not all, of those issues. Bringing a full-size guitar up there and plugging it in, I would definitely add it to the collection if I had the ability to do so. But yeah, it's a great pickup system, great all overall build. I would definitely use it as a front man.
For me, for the style of music I play, it really doesn't suit my needs. I think that it's a super cool idea, and I think it's executed really well. There's a few things that I've noticed that I haven't liked about it, but it's overall, I don't think I would ever use one.
I have no idea. I would have to spend some time with it. I mean, again, guitars to me have always been like tools. You use different guitars to get different results. So there's a spot for this. Again, I think it's performing. I think it's on stage is where I would utilize this. So if I end up in that situation where we're kind of wanting to be experimental with what we're getting out of an acoustic experience or something like that, this is where I see I would use this guitar.